Hello, reggae superstars. Welcome to my channel. So, I've been getting a vibe like God has something to say to you for maybe about 7 days now, and I'm finally here to bring you the message, right? And remember, God is not always there when you call, but God is always on time. And me, I like to follow my vibe. So I heard the message, but I didn't move then. But I feel like, yeah, this is it. So I hope everything is okay in the industry. Okay, I haven't really been paying attention because I got my own madness going on over here. Okay, and listening to new music for me is like it's risky because I don't have no brain space for hating, you know, or for any nonsense. Because I know a lot has happened in the world and everybody's not quite on the path. You know what? I've been hearing that I need to speak to the Rastafarian specifically as well. I have a message for the Rastafarian them because God was saying that the Rastas need to be free and open to change. In a nutshell, what that is saying, Lord, please help me find the right words so I can convey this and do whatever you brought me here to do. So yeah, it's like, okay, every religion or every liberty have their good and their bad points. Okay, all of them were basically constructed by human beings like you and I, human beings who care about God and what God sees as the ultimate righteousness. That's what we're all seeking, righteousness. Now, sometimes the teachers that we have come across our path, they have a good idea as to what God like, but sometimes they put barriers where there needn't be barriers. Okay? And you don't have to listen to me, you don't have to agree with me, but I feel like, see, me as a Rasta, I wear shorts. This would be against Rasta policy. But I believe that if we eat healthy, we take care of our bodies, why hide it from the world? Nothing wrong with putting on our long skirts and dressing militant from time to time because I love that too. But if I feel like wearing a short sleeve, exposing my skin or whatever, in a moderate way, then I don't feel like God would be offended. And if you're a regular on this channel, you'll know that we've done a lot of investigations as to what God really think and feel and what God really allow and does not want to allow us to indulge in as the human family. And I did one specifically on lesbianism to find out what God think about lesbianism. And according to what the religious leaders have been teaching us throughout time, I've been getting different results. And the results that I've been getting, it makes sense because science teaches us what is righteousness and what is an abomination. So there's biological science, there's sociological science, there's financial science. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing something that's hurting you, obviously God don't want you to do that. Unless it's for a higher cause. Okay? So with lesbianism, God's advice to us about lesbianism and how God sees lesbianism, according to the results that I found out when I was reading the cards, is God says, go and enjoy yourself as lesbians, but don't force anybody to live that lifestyle. That was God's only discrepancy with the lifestyle. And obviously, if you're sick, then you don't want to be sharing your sickness with anybody. When it comes to homosexuality, God was like, that's a definite no. Why? Because science itself shows you that it's not a healthy practice. Biology itself shows you that putting your penis inside of a rectum is not a healthy practice. So it doesn't take a genius to understand. Now, what I find with a lot of religions or liberties is we tend to portray our version of God's thought. And who is like unto God? Who is like unto Jah? You see what I'm saying? So the best thing to do is get the truth from the horse's mouth. We need to stop following all these different religions blindly. In this day and age, we have the tools, we have the means to contact the Most High God itself, and we need to use it. And stop living according to brother so and so and sister so and so. We respect brother so and so and respect sister so and so, but they are not God. So if you want to find out how to truly live for God, you need to ask God itself. Itself, himself, herself, whatever you choose to say, or however you perceive. I perceive God as an it, because God is too great to just be a he or a she. God is all. So I call God capital I, capital T, it. Okay, that's my concept. And yes, I'm a Rastafarian. Yes, I support Rastafarianism. Yes, that resonates with me in my heart. Yes, I eat meat. But moderation. Yes, I hail Haile Selassie. Yes, I hail Emmanuel. Yes, I hail Marcus Garvey. Yes, I hail Empress Menen as God Almighty. God, the God in flesh. The kings of kings, the Lord of lords, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. All that, I support that. I agree with that 100. As a matter of fact, infinite percent. I am that type of Rasta. But watching the world over the years that I've started paying attention to religion, liberty, way of life, I realized that everybody's just trying to figure it out. And God was saying that Rastas need to stop being so rigid and allow yourself to be true to yourself, because the answers are within you. You don't have to live your life to satisfy other people's concept of Rastafarianism. Even Rastafari didn't have locks. Empress Menen didn't have locks, at least not all the time. We don't know how these people truly lived, but we saw for ourselves that they didn't have locks. So it's not really about the dreadlocks on your head, it's about what's in your heart. It's about your willingness to live and let live. It's about your willingness to accept people. And I realize that in Rastafarianism, we are trained to burn fire upon this and burn fire upon that. Ain't nothing wrong with burning fire, but burn fire upon the right things. Don't just burn fire because that's what somebody else expects you to do. It's time that we stop living our lives for each other and live our lives to please God Almighty. And that starts with understanding our own truth. What do you want? What do you believe? What do you truly support? How do you actually feel? What have you learned from your experiences as a Rastafarian? Be true to your truth. We need to reprogram our minds to live and let live. We too much in each other business. We too much want to call down each other for eating meat, or having a girlfriend that don't have dreadlocks, or having a boyfriend who don't have dreadlocks, or having a partner who don't subscribe to Rastafarianism, or what we wear and things like that. And a lot of us are so corrupted in our hearts. So it's not enough to just look the part on the outside. What does your inside look like? And really and truly, what should your outside actually look like? If you wear a short pants or something, it don't make you a whore. And that's what the world needs to understand. Because look at this, the world is over sexualized. Yes, I think we can agree on that. Now, that is appealing to the human psyche. Humans love style, humans love beauty. We were designed that way. Humans love sexiness. We were designed that way. When you walk by your mirror when you're naked in your house, you want to see yourself looking good, don't you? It's natural. So look at our children. Our children are being lured by these things. Our children are being lured by the glamour, by the beauty, by the brands, the name brands, by the excitement, by the beats, by the melodies. You understand? And a lot of these people are promoting the X lifestyle, the wrong lifestyle, not the R lifestyle. So we now, as Rastafarians, adhering to traditions that we've been adhering to from God knows when, with our long skirts. Yo, I love my long skirt, don't get me wrong, I have them. But England kind of cold, so I can't wear them. But our long skirt, I love the nun look. When I'm an official business, when me come from a ramp, that's the look that I put on. I want to cover my head and me want me veil. That's me. So it's like if anybody was mistaking this image and thinking that this is all that she is, no. When me dress in my full uniform, when me come for real business for me, kind of in a ramp, I want my hair covered. I want to represent as Rastafari to remind you that that's what's up. A Rasta me be. It's just that in this environment, you can't pull our children. I'm going to compete with you for pull our children back. Because not only can I look like you devils, I'm just better. Because I respect myself. I respect other people. I am not afraid to love. And it doesn't make me soft. When it's time to be a bitch, I could be a bitch too. So our children now gonna look for me and see no softy and no pushover. There's a time for everything. But when we keep the thing looking boring, it's not going to appeal to the younger generation. When we keep the same beats that we've been playing for Rasta music, the beats that because I was born in the 1980s, so imagine the type of music, type of beats that I grew up on, that was cool with us. But look at the children today, hear what they're listening to. Look at what appeals to them. Look at, because it's a competition whether you like it or not, you know. It's a war for our children. It is a war for our children, our children's minds, because we already know the path that we want to be on. But our children can be easily swayed into promiscuity, into drugs, into prostitution, into a hatred for education, and just want quick, fast money, into straying away from finding one's own gifts and skills. You see what I'm saying? Because it looks better over on the other side. Why? Because we have been trapped in a certain mindset from God knows when. Now, back in the day, wearing our attire, our long skirts, and our covering ourselves, that was acceptable because the world wasn't as open as it is now. So that was correct for that time. But as you can see, in these times, we need to show them we're not only beautiful on the inside, we're beautiful on the outside too. And when it comes to your health, if you know that your health isn't doing so good, you should try eating some hopefully organic meat. There's a thing that they call halal, where you pray over your meat first. It is not something to take lightly because you're taking another life. But then when you take vegetation, you take another life too. It's a cycle. But you have to think about your health. Let's be real. And a lot of people, we give up meats and stuff like that. We give up dairy foods and things like that. But we don't have a clue how to look after our nutrition as a whole. So we give up so much because we want to live right. But what is the right way to live? We haven't figured that out yet. So nutrition is not something to play with, because if your body is not properly functioning, you won't be of much use in the Armageddon, in this here rapture. Because it's time, you know. The fight has already begun. What fight is that? The fight for a better tomorrow. Because things are getting really bad. The evil people them are doing their work. What are we, the good people, doing? So when it comes to reggae music now, I know that it's somewhat difficult to come up with new music, but here we are. Let me see what time it is. 16:26. Let me mark that down so we can um so I can timestamp it. So when it comes to reggae music now, I know that it's difficult to come up with new music, right? New music that really hit, because you not only have to come up with a great beat, you have to come up with a wonderful melody, a captivating melody. You have to come up with and yes, this is fake dreadlocks. This part is real, this part is fake, because being who I am in the fight, Babylon fight against me, and they think that my hair make me who I am, but it doesn't. They think that destroying my hair would break my heart, but it doesn't. I'll just wait for God to kill them off, or get them out of my life, and my dreadlocks will grow back nice and healthy again. It's alright now. I cut off all the bad parts and whatnot, all the bad memories, all the chemical warfare that they used to weaken my dreadlocks. I was pulling my dreadlocks like this and it just pop off in my hand and shit like that. Because they think that this is what gives me my strength. This is what... You don't have to be Rasta. Anywho. So, yes, for whoever was asking, because it's like I feel somebody wondering if this is real. This is not real dreadlocks. My dreadlocks are about this long right now. But my first set was like down to here. Then my second set got to about here. And now I'm starting over ish again. Because I didn't have to actually start from scratch this time. But yeah. So anywho, life goes on. Don't make that stop you, because what work we come here to do is greater than our physical body, right? That don't make us who we are. So what I was saying now about the music. Listen, yeah, these children, a lot of you reggae stars, you have songs, great songs that are still relevant today, just like Bob Marley music. You have great songs that are relevant today just as much as they were relevant, yes, God knows how many years ago. Okay? Instead of focusing on new music all the time, I strongly suggest that you remix some of your old music. The words are still powerful. Put them in a form that it can appeal to this younger generation. Second thing I need to tell you guys, stop believing in this you get old, once a man, twice a child nonsense. If you take care of your body, and as Rastafarians, you're supposed to know about this. If you take care of your body will last you for a very, very, very long time. There's no reason that you should be 70 and look like you're 150. It's illness. It's a lack of self-preservation. You have to put in the effort to look after yourself so you can keep going around the world and spreading that good message and pulling back our youth from now to the hands of the devil them. That's your role as reggae superstars. That's you're the messengers. Music is the rod and we are Moses. Okay? And Moses was around for a very long time. So we need to take care of our health. stay active, eat healthily, think healthily, stay away from wicked people, stay away from bad-minded people, stay away from people and vibes that bring you stress. Pray. Invite God into your situation so you can maintain balance, so you can help to maintain balance in the world. First, you have to be okay, and then you can help to make the world a better place. But nobody's really speak like us. The church is one thing. Let them do their thing, because God is working through them and the youth them too. They have their role to play. Because who are we to judge? Live and let live. Everybody should resonate with what version of God sits well within their soul. Do not deny a person their right to merge with God in the way that they best see for themselves. Why? Because that is your path. God is carrying each person along their specific path for a specific reason. Let us not stand in each other's way. I was born into Christianity, but then Rastafari had a bigger appeal and a bigger it resonated with me to a much higher degree, and I haven't found any other way of life, religion, livity, whatever you want to call it, that resonates with my being like that. So I stay. I'm gonna see how anything else can come. I respect all religions as one should, because if you're truly of God, you will know that God love all, even the wicked man and woman. God love them too. So if you are truly representing God on this here earth, you need to accept that. I mean, you don't have to do it, because for me personally, they say that they talk about unconditional love. Unconditional what? Listen, I don't have that kind of strength. I respect myself more than to be given unconditional love. You hear me? If you're not treating me right, you got to go. I am not God. Nor do I want to be God. Okay, let's be real. Science, social science, show me that if you're not treating me good, it is in my best interest to cut you off. Don't tell me I need to keep loving you because I'm a representative of God. I am not God. I'm glad you say representative. Okay? So we need to clear out our psychological data. Again, because as Rastafarians who didn't grow up as Rastafarians, you know that there comes that time in your life where you have to empty all your files, all them wrong teachings that you've been growing up on, and replace them with what resonates more with your soul. So I already went through that. And if you have to do it again, then you have to do it again and again and again, as many times as suits your purpose, your soul. Okay? Because life is a journey. Be true to your journey. Because we all make up an element of one whole. And if we are not all doing what we are supposed to be doing, then that's going to throw the balance off. So the more of us that are doing what we have been called to do, following our higher calling, the more we can create heaven on earth, the more we can create Zion right here. Okay? So it's like heaven and hell is just a thought process away. It's how we choose to behave, how we choose to see things, and how we choose to behave is what creates heaven or hell on earth. So heaven is not far away, but it's for us to get our mind in the right order, because everything starts with the mind. If your mind is messed up, then the rest of your life is going to be messed up. And if your life is messed up, then that's going to throw the balance of creation itself out of sync. Even if it's a little bit. You understand? So if we could throw everything out of sync by not being who we are called to be, by not being true to our truth, then we can also do the opposite. By being true to what's truly within us, we put things more in sync. And we have to also remember that when we make these changes in our lives, people are going to join us, and some of our loved ones are going to fall off because it's like we're growing apart. So I'll say that we need to make these changes, but I need to also tell you that it's not going to be easy because of how we've been programmed to behave from God knows when. Because when I was first learning about Rastafari, for example, this girl was wearing a short. Now the Rasta man them liked her because she thick, her body looked good and whatnot, but she was wearing a shorts. And I was chilling with the Rasta brethren them, and they were just cussing the girl because she have on the shorts and calling her harlot and all kind of things. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I agree with being a Rastafarian doing that part. That one enough for me. Because it never sat well within my soul. You see? And thank God that I wasn't that type of person. I do believe in having self-respect. There's a time and a place for everything. But just because a girl wear a short pants, it doesn't make her a whore. And how much more powerful are you if you dress in that way, but your attitude, your aura, everything else about you says goddess? That's gonna be inspiring to our other young girls coming up, because all of them believe that dressing like a whore and acting like a whore and being a whore is the way forward, is the way to get attention, is the way to get a forward. And that is so not true. Because although men will not tell you, they actually love and respect a woman who respects herself even more. Because they love the chase, and they like to know that I just my thing, that they like all of that. Men will give you attention if you're a whore because you're easy, but they won't take you seriously unless the sex just really good and you get them hooked. Then they go all buzzardy and want to act all crazy because they want to own you. But I hope that what I've said in this here video has made sense. Okay? When it comes to being yourselves, allowing Rastafarianism to progress, to evolve into something that is more potent. Because look at us, we are beautiful. Rastafarians have beautiful skin because of all this ital. You know, ital is vital. Hello. Okay, we look damn good. I'm not gonna tell you to look like a whore, but show the people what the Lord has done for you. Show the masses what God has done for you. Remind people from time to time that I don't have to show you all the time, but baby, I got it. I have got it. That's just how life science has shown me. Because we in a war for our children. The adults, them more get it. They have the power to stay on their straight and narrow. But our children are being pulled by the sexiness. Our children are being pulled by style. Our children are being pulled by melodies. Our children are being pulled by the devil vibes. And because their thing look more fun and sound more fun, they just go that direction. So Rastas, what are we doing for ourselves? It's time to step into the future. The same way that the music has shifted on that side. What are we doing for ourselves, loves? Chop, chop. We hype too. We incredible too. We inspiring too. We are beautiful too. We sexy too. We lyrical too. Own it. When you put your productions out there, whether it's new or it's a remix of something old, put your joy into it. Put your passion into it. Put your conviction into it. We are not here to conform to the world. We are here to conform to who God has called us to be, so that we can be, I try to do one general leave, you know, that thing. Come on. Find your fun side again. Find your lively side again, because what? God has done great things. And God continue to do great things. Now we need to do our part. Show the world what God has done for you. You're going to lose some friends. You're going to lose some business partners. But you're going to gain the right ones who suit the new you. But do not imprison yourself by trying to keep the peace with people who hold a certain vision of what Rastafarianism look like. Rastafari says it's time to move forward. That era of Rastafarianism has ended. Let the people start talking about how Rastafarianism is evolving and taking over the world once again, because that's what we do. We are some of the bestest of the bestest. I heard God talk about religion, and God big up two religions, Rastafarianism and Muslims. So Rastafaris, own it. You have the right concept. Now merge that concept with what we have to deal with in this time. Let's reclaim our children. Let's make our children know, no, we're not boring. We were asleep for a little bit because we were living in a different time. But now that we are awakening and we realize that we're in another time again, it's like I just had to gather myself together and find the new me, which should be an exciting event. People who are not forward thinking like you, they're going to call you names. They're going to say you sell out. They're going to say that you have backslidden. But are you here to please them, or are you here to please the God that's speaking within you? Are you here to serve them, or are you here to serve the truth that has been manifesting in your life? What has social science been teaching you? What has financial science been teaching you? And all you Rastas who don't like computers, I hate them too. But we have to learn the little bit that we can learn, because it is here. It is a part of our life. And the more independent we are, the more command we hold over our fate and our future. If we put the power in someone else's hands, they have the power to command what our future look like. So God says, be ye not of the world. Be in it, but not of it, you know? Use it to your advantage. It's how you do things. So our mindset, my loves, we need to shift so that we can be what God has created us to be in this time. We were, and we did beautifully, wonderfully, who we were called to be 15 years ago, 20 years ago, 25 years ago. We did it well. That was a test. Now the new challenge is master this era. How will you merge being true to your morals as a Rastafarian and handling the current social climate and the current financial climate and the current emotional climate and the current spiritual climate. Because look at me now, I read cards. Now, a lot of Rastafarians will look at me and say that this is devil vibes. Do you ever hear me calling on a devil when I'm reading my cards? Who is the devil anyway? God is the author of good and evil. So who is the devil? God created it. But I don't call on the negative aspects of God. I call on the positive aspects of God because I'm about building, not destroying. I call on the devil when I want to destroy. Because there's a time for everything under the sun. Especially when you have bullies on your back like me. But very rarely I'll ask God to do something negative to them. Very, very rarely. But sometimes it gets to me. And I just want to. But more time, I'm cool. Because I get it. My sufferation means someone else is growing. Because I know that I will always get justice. Because God is a God of justice. But sometimes it really gets to me. And if they're anywhere near me, I swear I'll hurt somebody for the torment that they bring to my life on a regular basis. And God knows that. And I guess that's why God keep me away from the public most of the time, because they think that it's a good idea to mess with me. Because I'm so cute and I'm so small and I'm so pleasant and I'm so understanding and I'm so kind. They don't know I have a devil within. We all have a devil within. The objective as humankind is to master it and not let it master you. We all get negative thoughts. Our job is to monitor and overcome those negative thoughts and not let the negative thoughts overcome us. And you see how I'm looking all nice and sexy like this and saying words like that? How many people do you feel I'm inspiring? As a Rasta. Yes, I get tattoos, but my tattoo says good over evil. Still carrying God with me. God's business. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Represent for your side. So without even saying a word, God's word is there. Sometimes it helps to bless people, sometimes it helps to correct people. Without me saying a word. And I wear them proudly like a badge. When people see it, they know what I'm about. And if they don't want to believe it, when they interact with me, all they'll get is good over evil. So before I close out this reading, I just wanted to pull some cards. Let's see what else God wanted to say to. Who do you want to talk to first, Most High? The Rastafarians. So Rastas, let's see what God wants to say to you. 40 or 5. And 1626 was reggae. Well, I don't even think it makes sense to timestamp it anymore because everything is just all over the place. I was just free flowing with this one. Anywho, whatever. All right, let me get this thing. My hands, sometimes my hands are dry. And I made most of my cards myself because I can't. So, let's see. So for the Rastas, let's see what does God want to tell you at this time. Rastafarians, what does God want to tell you? Oh, Lord, if there's anybody trying to block this reading, please block them so that we can receive the message that you brought us here to receive. To receive. Thank you. We all have our own gifts. Don't let them fool you. Or even try to school you. The thing is, they hide our gifts from us and make us see it as an abomination while they tap into their gifts and use it against us. They're devils. What else do you expect? They cheat to win. Not cheating me though. I want to learn to levitate. I want to learn to teleport. I want to learn. You know what I don't like? Being psychic. Telepathy. Ugh. I don't think this is the season that I would love to learn telepathy in because, I mean, I don't mind talking to people, but when it comes to hearing people's thoughts without even trying, I do not want to know what the fuck shitty nastiness is in your mind. Okay? Keep it to yourself. That's one superpower I do not want. I can wait for that one. I would rather not know. Ignorance is bliss sometimes. They could call me devil, they could call me whatever they like. I am going to tap into my power. We are magical beings. Period. The earth itself is magical. There's nothing that exists that is not of magic. Magic is as natural as we breathe. In the Bible, how could Moses lift up the rod and the sea part on both sides? That's magic. How could Moses hit the rock and water flow out? It could be magic. Because if you know exactly which rock to hit, it could just be like a soft spot. Maybe the water was about to come out anyway. But just hitting it with the stick or whatever it was, it made it come out faster. But this magic. How could Jesus turn water into wine? That's magic. How could Moses throw down the rod and it turned into a snake? That's magic. There's magic all over the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Magic is natural. Don't let them fool you. Next level. That's what we into. This is an upgrade for the Rastafarian liberty. We're stepping more into our power. We already are permeated we're full with love. We're saturated with love. Now let's mix the other stuff with it so we can put it out into the world and call back God children. That is not the right way over there, sir. We got it right there. It is our responsibility as the elders. It's not gonna be easy. It's not always gonna be hard either. And God is always with us. God is looking for a few good men and a few good women. So what I'm doing here is aligning the cards. So God has a message for the Rastafarians, and each card has to be in its right place for the right message to come out. So this takes a bit of time and precision. What are your gifts? That's what you should be asking. 2 more times and then the message is ready. Alright. So, to the Rastafarians, what does God want to tell us? So we have positive life changes. It says positive life changes are ahead if you choose to trust in the process, my loves. Uh-huh. Okay. So because this deck is huge, I have to take it piece by piece and moisturize my hands so I can give each card a fair chance. So we have this one first, then this one, and then this one. Alright. At the bottom of the deck, we have increase. Exactly. We're here to get bigger and better. We're here to take our rightful place in the grand scheme of things. We are called now more than ever. The way that we think, the way that we behave, our reverence for God, our respect for creation, everything that creates Rastas, it is needed now more than ever in the story of creation. I don't know about more than ever, but ever since I was born, I can testify to that. Okay? Yeah. So the underlying issue is increase. It says you have successfully manifested something near and dear to your heart. So this is a time of more. And more of what? It depends on you. What you put out is what you're going to get back. So increase. Now we have hibernation. Your soul needs time alone for meditation and rest. So what I'm getting from that is like a reset. You're definitely going to need to do that. Those of you who are resonating with the message that I come to bring to you today about upgrading and shifting our perception and evolving, you're going to need to take time for to be alone and to rest, because everybody's not going to agree with you. They're gonna call you all kind of bad names. They're gonna say all kind of bad things about you. They're gonna try and make your way hard, and then later on, a lot of other people are going to follow you. So it's tough to lead out, but you are the one that's going to get the increase. But it's not about fame. It's about getting the job done. Music is the rod and we are Moses. Or our speech is the rod and we are the Moses. We're here to lead the children onto the promised land. What's the promised land? A life of better. Simple. More understanding, more money, more love, more wisdom. Okay? And then we have creative projects. It's time to get things done. Make your creative projects a priority now. So the first thing God wants you to know is this is about you increasing. The second thing God wants you to know is that you're going to need time to like regroup. It's like you have to take all this in. You remember your first reset when you realize that you've been taught a lot of bad things, or should I say incorrect things. When we first realized that a lot of the things that we learned were inaccurate, you're about to go through another one. And it's not that what you've been doing is inaccurate, it's that it's not the best method or procedures for this time and going forward. Okay? It's just like the church. The church, we're used to our slow songs. I love the slow songs and whatnot from the church. But you think this generation of today would enjoy them as much as we did back in our day, when you see what other options there are around them, what they're infusing their minds with? It won't work. So there needs to be a shift. But we're not here to talk about the church. We're here to talk about Rasta and Rastafarianism. It's our time to realize that we need to shift, or else we're going to lose our children. We're going to be seen as irrelevant. And it's not quite a competition, but it is a competition. But just follow the truth that's within you. Set your own boundaries that God has placed within your heart. You know where your boundaries should be. Don't let other Rastas outside of you tell you where your boundaries should be. Because you know what God is calling you to do. And your role is essential to calling God's children back to the right path. And to be honest, Rastafarianism is a lot cooler than Christianity. And that's why when Sizzla came out with his album, he was able to make that level of impact. Capleton, all the other, you know, the greats. The music, the lyrics are true. They're teachings, but put in a fun way. I like Maccabees. Don't hesitate to sing about things that you see as simple. Sometimes all we need in our life is simplicity, because all the heavy vibes, sometimes we need an escape from the heaviness of life. It'd be nice to listen to a fun song, you know what I'm saying? Or watch a fun movie or whatever kind of creative arts you're into. Read a nice fun book, you know what I'm saying? There's so much to talk about, so much we have experienced in life, and that's all we're here to do, teach. We learn so that we can now teach. Okay? So you think it was done? You're not done yet. And when this level done, we have a new level. So this is how I know death is not natural. We just have to take care of ourselves. And the body will live on and on and on and on and on and on and on. We are as infinite as time. But when we live as wrong as we do, we don't last long. That's how I see things. That's the way I was taught. Through my own talkings with God. God put that inside of me. I didn't read that in any book or anything. That don't make no sense to me. Getting old don't make no sense to me. Because I've seen my thighs look old at like 30 years old, but it's because of how I was living. I've seen gray hair start coming into my head from 28 years old. It's because of how I was thinking. I was stressed. Man stress. And that made me realize gray hairs don't have nothing to do with old age. And my legs looking wrinkly have nothing to do with old age. So then that just showed me old age is a lie. So now, I let go of the stress and let go of the people. And I've slowed down the gray hair thing by far. And I do my exercise and my muscles, they stretch out the skin. And I look young again. So that has just obliterated this wrinkle and all them nonsense phenomenon that we see happening to humanity. Is how we're living. You see this part here, when it starts to squinch up like this, you need to do this some more. Muscle. Build up the muscle pull the skin tighter. And when you smile, you won't look old. You know, because I see mine, when I don't do it for a while, this part start getting all wrinkly and I'm like, ugh. So then I start doing this. It's just like you go to the gym to build up your arms, your legs. Muscle eliminates wrinkles. Okay? You don't need plastic surgery and all them nonsense there. Right. So let's see what the message is. So creative projects, then we got karma. You may be involved in a situation that requires justice or fairness. Yeah, being true to yourself. Be just to yourself. It's time to get on the right track. It's time to put things right. Yeah, hidden treasure. So you don't know what to expect. Look, old soul. You have lived many lifetimes before and you're gonna live many more. Because you were somebody before you became a Rasta. And now you're a Rasta, you're still gonna be a Rasta, but a different kind of Rasta. And when the world changes again, you have to slip into another version of you as a Rasta. Because we are teachers. We are healers. We are leaders. Look, awakening. That's what we're here to do. Help people awaken. Okay? Especially the children. So let's see the cards that came out. First of all, we have restlessness. But it was in the reverse. So before I continue, let's just check the energy. How God meant for it to be received. Feels peaceful like this. Ooh. And you see how it like you want to go back into this. So restlessness. It says find a way to calm the waters of your mind. So it's like something within you is, oh, my phone needs charging. Hold on. Okay. So it's like something within you is telling you that things aren't quite right. Whether you were able to put your finger on it or not, whether you were able to identify it or not, there's something that's not sitting well within you. You're not at peace. Okay? Second card we have is limiting beliefs. And that's the magic that is put on each religion, each livity, each way of life. We get stuck in this paradigm, and it's like if you step outside of what we have come to know as the norm, you're looked upon as a backslider, you're looked upon as a fake. Okay? And because you don't want people to see you that way, you keep living in a way that you know you're not being true to yourself. So you'll do things in private that you would never do in public because you don't want to be judged by people who are spectating your life. And we need to stop that, because we're not here to live for other people. We're here to live for the truth that is within. That's the road that leads unto excellence. When we want to live to stop people from talking crap to us outside of us, that is a limiting belief. They keep us in boxes because we give them permission to do so. So to lead out, you have to not care what people think about you. Know that you're being true to the God within you. Know that you're being true to yourself. And you can't serve two masters. Either you're going to put God first, God and yourself, or you're going to put everybody else first. So, limiting beliefs. It says, this situation calls for reprogramming your belief system. Any card that I picked up that you didn't get to read it, you could pause the video and read the cards. Because exactly what I was saying to you is exactly what God is saying to you now. You know that something isn't quite right with the Restless card, but you're too afraid to take the leap of faith necessary. You're limiting yourself. So let's see what the last card is. So we have trust and forgiveness, but it was also in the reverse. So let's just see. Hang on. Confusion. Okay, it feels correct like this. And it's in the reverse, and that's why there was confusion. So what is this saying when it's in the reverse? In the upright, it says, it is time for you to let down your guard and learn to trust again. That's it in the upright. But in the reverse, it's saying, don't let down your guard. And don't trust what is outside of you. So God is saying, trust yourself. So this is a time for you to put yourself first. In the upright, it's saying, let down your guard. In the reverse, it's saying, don't let down your guard. Protect yourself. Protect your beliefs. Protect your future. Protect your position in the grand scheme of things. In the hierarchy of beings, protect your position. Know your post. Go on your post and do what you have come here to do, creative projects. You will know what to do when you get to your post. It's just like me being on here doing these readings. This is me being on my post. If I wasn't here delivering these messages, somebody would have probably never heard this message, because a lot of people don't think like this. But because I've already been through this and I've managed to escape the limiting beliefs, escape the paradigm, escape the concept of what a Rastafarian is, now I can come and teach people how to free themselves from these practices, from these beliefs that no longer sit well within one's self. So God is saying this is a time for change, and the change is going to start within you. And once you've done the work that you need to do within you, then you need to go out there and do your creative duties. So if you're a musician, if you're a screenwriter, if you're an actor, if you're a teacher, you're a nutritionist, you're a doctor, you're a herbalist, you're a counselor, whatever it is that you do, you will know what to do when the time comes. But first, there's a shift that needs to take place in your mind. Okay? We are being called for duty because the world needs us more than ever. The world is straying too far away from God. We need to reel it back in. And we cannot reel it back in if the people cannot connect with us. We need to come down off of our high throne, so to speak. Because when you see a Rasta woman in her long garments, it's a little bit intimidating. It's like seeing a nun. It's a little bit intimidating. It make you feel like you are less than them. Because you know what holiness look like. So we need to come down off of our high horse a little bit and meet the people sort of on their level without compromising our moral standing. You understand? So you have to relax a little. Make yourself approachable. Make yourself appealing. So first, fix your packaging. And then when they hear what comes out of your mouth, it's like, oh, I didn't expect that. Gotcha. Gotcha. Now you've heard it, you can't unhear it. So now you have conflict within. Now you know that there's more than one path. You now know that there's two paths. Now you choose. I have done my work. Bye. You know, type of energy. So God is calling us on duty, okay? So now let's see what God wants to say to the reggae stars themselves. And that, where's my pen, Lord? What? let's say 105. 105. Okay, now let's pull some cards for the reggae stars themselves. Let's get this deck that I made specifically for the reggae industry. I have to do one for the dancehall people them next. So God has been wanting to talk to them too. So, what do you want to say to the reggae superstars? Most High God. And this is why I have to make my own decks, because the decks that are on sale, they don't really... Sometimes I see some good ones out there, but then I don't have the money to buy them. Sure, I just have to make my own for now. But my world is kind of topsy-turvy right now, so I had to slow down on making decks. I don't have any space to bring my printer and my laptop and whatnot, and they're heavy as well, so it's like, we have to work with what we got for now, but yeah. But the reggae industry has always been a priority for me, so I've made a deck for them. And as I learn more, I'll make another upgraded deck. So we could get the messages from the Most High, so we're not confused as to what God expects of us. Because we pray, but sometimes we don't identify the answer that God is giving us, So that's why these are like emailing God, You got questions, you need answers right away. It helps. Two more times, and then we're ready. Alright, at the bottom of the deck, whatever we got. Prayer is needed in this situation. Reggae stars. Know that it's time for you to talk to your Most High God. Okay? So prayer is needed in this situation. Because I could feel it, I could feel I could feel you guys are a little bit, I feel you're a little bit discouraged more than anything, because you're under this programming of, oh, I'm getting old now and I don't feel like I used to and I don't got it like I used to. Yes, you fucking do. You're only getting old because you haven't been living. You're just as valid as you used to be. Who's gonna appreciate you is gonna appreciate you, and who don't appreciate you simply don't appreciate you. You're not here for them, you're here for us. So you need to get yourself on an exercise regimen and stick to it as best as you can. Let your body know, yo, we're not giving up, we're staying here. Move it or lose it. If you're suffering from a weak bowel, maybe you need to try squeeze the muscle. You know that muscle that's right at your rectum, whatever problem you're suffering from. Muscle. Build your muscles. Okay? Okay. Your face, your tongue, your jaw, your neck, your everywhere. New life. Although your life never left. Is you put it down when you put yourself down. So stop doing that. At the bottom of the deck, we have trust the process. So whatever you're going through right now, just know that it's part of the grand plan, it's part of the grand story. You're meant to be in this place. And maybe this is meant to be your next song. So once you've overcome this part of your process, you can look back, because hindsight is 2020, and you can see how God was working with you and on you all along. Okay? So, we have sing your 2 cents on that subject. Let's see. It came out in the reverse. Feels more correct like this. Okay. So it's saying don't sing your 2 cents on that subject. Now, I made this card because, sometimes in life, it's like there's a situation and you have an opinion, but you're not sure that your opinion is 100% accurate. Now, I wrote this card because sometimes it's good to just throw the thought out there. So it's like God is saying, with it in reverse, hold your opinions to yourself, because you might be causing more confusion than is necessary. So I'm seeing string just all tangled up. So this is inner work. That's why the prayer card was the first thing that was at the bottom of the deck. It says prayer is needed in this situation. So this is there's something that you need to go within about. There's something that you need to talk to God specifically about. It's not something for you to put in your music and spread worldwide. It is for you to get the clarity on this situation before you say anything. Because like I said, you're teachers, you're healers. And for you to share your 2 cents on whatever subject this is, it's only going to create more confusion, more corruption, more difficulty in unraveling. Okay? Because life itself is mysterious. And the last thing we need is more mystery on top of what mystery already exists. Okay? So God is saying you need to go within. And just to make sure, we're going to clarify this. So, please clarify this so that we can all get a proper understanding of what you're trying to say to the reggae stars. Where do we find that clarification? Contemplation wanted to show itself. Yeah, yeah, going within before you come out. So it's like dance a yard before you dance abroad kind of energy. So God got some things it wants to teach you. God is trying to upgrade you. Student. Student life. Two more times. Already. Alright, at the bottom of the deck, we've got relative. Relative. So that's relating. Something that's relative is something that relates to something else. Let's see what comes next in succession. Sensible, yeah. So it's about getting it right in your mind first or within first before you take it out there, you know? So it's like your 2 cents need to be kept to yourself at this time, in this situation. Whatever it is that has been bothering you, it's better that you keep it to us either within yourself or to a small group, yeah? Because sometimes we need help to brainstorm. Let's see. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we got winner. Yeah, so gotta give you the formula. It's time for upgrade. So the first one we have to come out is idle. But it was kind of in the reverse-ish. Let's check the energy. Okay, it feels correct like this. Yeah, idle. So to be idle is to kind of, it's like downtime. Yeah, while you study. While you study, while you contemplate, is downtime. And then we have valued. So God is saying don't rush, reggae superstars. God is saying don't rush. Okay? If you want to put any projects out there, like I said, you already have great material. Just find some new beats that's appealing to the younger crowd. We, the older generation who prefer the original, can listen to the original because it's still there. But the young people need to hear what the Rastafarian them have been sent to say by God Almighty. So You need to put it in a way that they would find it appealing. So, money still there for make, work goes on. Let's work for you while you're studying, while you're learning, while you're living life and experiencing new uh experiencing new things, going through new experiences that are teaching you. Even in your older days, learning never stops, so get used to it, get comfortable. Okay? So, God is trying to build you so that you have more new music, because as the world progresses and we have these new problems, we need the new teachings. New teachings, well, you have new statements to make in your music. That's what I mean by new teachings. So it's like, if you're used to your child having problems with, let's say, their love life, then you talk to them about that. But at this stage of their life, let's say they have money problems, so these new teachings would be based on their money problems, so they could get guidance on how to properly save, invest, and accumulate their money. Okay, so yeah, so God is teaching you some things right now, so it's best for you to remain quiet, okay? And let your old music talk for you, because they worked. They've been tried, they've been tested, they've been approved by your audience, and you can create an even bigger audience for it by putting it in a style that the younger generation can uh can devour, if I want to say it like that, or can tolerate, or just appeal to the younger generation, because we already got the message. Now you need to tell them. Okay, so work continues, just in a different way, while you develop and learn. Then you're gonna come back with some new things for tell me. Okay, and we'll be right here ready to listen. Right, forget about that, forget about old age. That shit is not real. I already told you what to do. Rewind the video and get to it. So yeah, so God is giving you the winning formula. Okay, look at this: physical health. You need to take care of it, or else you won't be here. Stop make Babylon teach you wrong things. We are the teachers now. We set the freaking standard, because they've been telling us lies for too long. It's time that we stop coming and doing what the people before us have done. It's time for the new. It's time to evolve. It's time to go past that, because these things have already been proven to be inaccurate. We are infinite beings. Winner, physical health, and self-discovery. So this is talking about your mind, your body, and your soul. Your physical health is your body, and self-discovery is understanding yourself and understanding the God within you. So understanding your ego self and your God self, your lower self and your higher self, is all relevant. Mind, body, and soul. So God is giving you the winning formula so you can get that money. I'm telling you. Hello. Listen. I've dropped so many gems in this reading, in this whole shebang. If you want to listen, you listen. If you want to ignore me, ignore me. But who have ears, hear. Who have eyes, see. And let's do this. Let's be great, because we were born great. Okay? And right now we are being called for duty. But before we can be teachers, we have to first be students. Okay? So put the lessons that you've already taught, that you know have been tested and approved, out there in a more I think it's palatable. I've been trying to say, like, listen, when a song is good, yeah, you start singing it and don't even realize. So these young people, they think that they're so into this gangster music, and they think that they feel like all this nasty music is just the best. But when certain reggae singers put their productions out there, they don't even know what hit them. They just have to know, yo, that song ya bad. That song ya good. That song ya excellent. Me don't even realize it's so catchy, it's so jumpy, it got you moving. Yeah, you never know righteousness can do that. But it's for us to teach them that righteousness can do that. We have to make it happen. Right, I'm done talking to you now. Until next time, my loves. All the best. Bye bye.